there's another Celtic, or I should say former Celtic,
Hmm.
who is a very good playmaker. At least at one point, he was one of the best in the game. A young man who's not so young anymore by the name of Rajon Rondo,
Yeah.
who it looks all indications are, and I don't know if it's been official yet, but it looks like he's going to wind up back with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Which again for them it's a great pickup because that's a proven veteran, can do a lot of things, particularly from a playmaking standpoint, which takes a lot of the pressure off LeBron James, who
Hmm.
is that team's he's really their point guard. So
Everything.
I was asked this question by a buddy of mine, and I thought it was a good question. Should the Celtics have made a stronger push to bring in Rondo, to bring him
Mm.
back? And I wanted to ask you that question because I got my own thoughts on that. But I'm curious what you thinking about potential Rajon Rondo return.
I actually thought about that when I saw that he was released and was curious as to whether or not Brad Stevens would be interested. But from a basketball standpoint, I think he is definitely a point guard that you want on your bench. But then from a historical standpoint and the interactions I've heard that he's had when he was here in Boston, I'm not sure if that would be a fit. That's not to say that he may not have grown and matured and evolved as a person, but I could understand if they didn't bring him back for personality reasons, because I did hear some things within like media and other people that have been close to the team during the time that he was here. But overall, I do think basketball wise, he is a point guard you want on your bench, as I mentioned. And right now, it would be ideal for the Celtics to have a player like that, especially because, for one, fans are really big on loyalty. Even Isaiah Thomas, him still having these injuries, but still also dropping buckets and all. I understand that it's pro-am usually games, but either way, people are loyal to the players that have been here in the past. So if he had signed with Boston, I'm sure he would have been embraced in the same way Isaiah Thomas would be, in the same way really anyone that has shown or given to this organization in the way those two have. But it also makes sense for the Lakers to pick him back up at a
Well,
cheaper rate.
I'm just going to put it right out there right now.
Yeah.
I did not want to see Rondo back in the Celtics uniform.
For what reason?
Did not want to see it. I just didn't think it would work. I
Okay.
think Rondo, he's at a point in his career where the only thing that really matters is competing for a championship. And the Celtics are not built for
Valid.
that. And if they're not
Mm,
built to win a championship and they're not going to pay you big bucks, what the hell exactly are you going to be doing in town?
that's a really
And
good point.
to me, having him back would have been more of a detriment than a benefit.
Yep,
And,
I
and
get
that,
that.
for a first time NBA head coach to have to deal with that, I mean,
Yeah.
Rod Stevens, he saw firsthand what it's like as a first time coach
Mhm.
having to deal with Rondo. That
Yeah.
ain't funny.
Yeah.
That is not, and this Rondo is wiser than that Rondo was. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more humble, but not humble enough to where he's going to join a team that
That's a really good point.
might that a team that whose ceiling may be just getting home court in the first round of the
Mhm.
playoffs. I don't see there being much upside to Rondo coming back. And frankly, I like the idea of giving Marcus Smart a chance to prove himself as a point guard on a
Mhm.
more full-time facilitator type basis.
Right.
Because I mean, how many times have we seen Marcus Smart wind up with the ball with 3 seconds on the shot clock? Because Tatum,
Nobody else.
Kyrie, Jalen, Al, they didn't want to take that shot. I
Yeah.
mean,
And he's like, he's fearless. He'll take
he's
the
just
shot.
like all right, if y'all ain't gonna shoot the pill, I
Okay.
will, I don't
Yeah.
mind. And so I want to see what he can do when he has more control of the offense to be a facilitator, to
Mm.
set guys up and not have to worry so much about scoring. Because even though, as much as we talk about Marcus Smart and how he's got to be a great defender, he's got to impact the game at that end of the floor, there's a part of him that still feels the need that he has to get buckets. And not like Jason Tatum 27 a game buckets,
Yeah.
but
But
more
some,
like keep the defense honest if I'm wide open. And if I
yeah.
make one, I might take a couple heat check shots.
Yeah.
I don't think he's feeling that vibe right now because he's got a coach who's just saying, look, I need you to be a point guard to
Yeah.
facilitate, to get them boys good shots. You do that, we're good. We
Yeah.
are going to be good.